What's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a Thursday edition of Morning Scone presented by Brock, the Veteran Orthopedic Clinic, HUDCO Roofing, HUDCORoofing.com. Do business with someone you know. HUDCO Roofing, HUDCORoofing.com. Appreciate all of you for being here on this Thursday morning as we inch closer to the game week. NFL weekend starts today. That's exciting. Love me some Thursday night football. And if I'm not mistaken, this should be the regular season debut of Thursday night football with Al Michaels, Kirk Herbstreit, Kaylee Hartung, Baton Rouge's own Kaylee Hartung. Good to see Kaylee back doing sports again also, by the way. Sorry, y'all, I'm just sharing this real quick. If y'all would do the same, that'd be great. If you're on YouTube, please smash that like button and subscribe up to the YouTube channel if you haven't done so yet. All right, we'll say some good mornings here. The pinned comment we got right there, or excuse me, well, the HUDCO is the pinned comment, but the title today, the headline we got, the description on today's show is about the future LSU Oklahoma series. Future scheduling is always interesting for people, I understand, but yesterday the SEC announced that they've instructed Georgia and Tennessee to cancel their future non-conference games with Oklahoma that would extend into when Oklahoma is in the SEC. They did not, however, mention, oddly enough, LSU's future home and home with Oklahoma, which is 2027, 2028. But Verge Osbury did confirm to me, both off and on air, that LSU, that they've already known that the SEC, they'd already had those conversations. LSU and Oklahoma will not play in 27, 28 as non-conference opponents. Don't know if they will be on a conference schedule yet because we don't know what the SEC schedule and format will be. But said they are planning and preparing for, they have been seeking replacement non-conference opponents for those years, and that also they will schedule a Power 5. So even if the SEC goes to a 9-game schedule, so presently it's 8, right? You've got your one permanent crossover, you play your division, and then the other one rotates. Even if they go to a 9-game conference schedule, they will continue to schedule a Power 5 non-conference. So you'll have 10 Power 5 opponents on your schedule, which I'm for. Give me better games. So, okay. Let's see. Y'all fire away with questions. You know the drill. Facebook, please like the page, share the post. YouTube, smash that like button. Subscribe up to the channel. We appreciate it. Brian Penton, what's going on? Ryan, Amanda Guidry, Quentin Brakebill, Bill Schmid, Megan Hirsch, Jeff McKithen, Chuck Sanchez. What's up, Chuck? Get it? Up, Chuck. David Coslin, Deborah Coward, Jeremy Kling, Dad, good morning. Blake Corona, good morning. Hunter Eilers, Mark McCarter, 2 years with a new hip. All right, Mark. Celebrating that new hip anniversary. Hope it's all going well, man. Jason Austin, good morning. Jason, devastated to see what happened to your 49ers in Chicago. Let's see. Spurge, good morning. Larry Gardner, Jordan Coleman, good morning. And good morning, everyone, and much love. Rapping Batches, what's up? Chance Babb and I enjoyed the Paul Bird interview. Wish it was longer. He has great stories. Yeah, Chance, we'll definitely be able to do that, during baseball season. Maybe like when college baseball season starts, before the Major League season starts, of course, because Paul works for Valley Sports South in Atlanta, on the Braves broadcast. So, guess who's already awake? You want to come sit on Dad's show? You sit on my lap? Sit on Dad's lap? Okay. Wow. Look who's already awake. Cliff Nelson, good morning, Scone, Team Drew, Joey Vincent, Ryan Rogers. What's up, y'all? You want to say hi, Dad, Joe?
Hi, Dad.
Well, that was very sweet. Who do you see right there? Drew. Hey, why you woke up already?
More.
Leaking already, huh? We are going. Who are we going to see today?
Dr. Up.
Dr. Up. Dr. Up is a pediatric surgeon.
Going now.
We're going down. Okay.
Going
We're
up.
going to go see Dr. Up to go look at Drew's feeding tube. It has been leaking something awful. It was really bad. Not to be gross this morning, but it was leaking really badly. It was infected. We killed the infection, but there's just a lot of well, I don't want to ruin your breakfast. His feeding tube site needs to be looked at. So we're going to go see. So Drew's surgeon, Dr. Latoya, who operated on him in Houston, is now the chief of surgery at Nationwide Children's in Columbus, Ohio. And so we did FaceTime with Dr. O a couple of nights ago to show him Drew's his button. But kind of need somebody here who can maybe look at it and give us an opinion. So so we're gonna go see Dr. Up today at Our Lady of the Lake Children's Hospital. So hope and pray that all goes well with that and we can find some solutions. It's kind of a bummer. Brad Johnson, good morning. Now listening from Fresno. Much easier to watch at 5:30 versus 8:30 on the way to work. All right, Brad. Fresno, CA. Appreciate you for being there. Matt Lusto, what's up? Wrapping batches today needs to be Friday. I'm for it. But I'm looking forward to today also, y'all. Really cool. The Dunham School invited me to be the keynote at their father-son barbecue tonight. So after AFR, I'll pop on over to Dunham's campus and
Hi, Daddy.
hi, Drew. And I'll pop on over to Dunham and spend the evening there. So looking forward to that too. Maybe some of y'all will be there.
What's up, buddy? Go,
Where are we? Devin Johnson. Good morning, Matt. LSU 41, Mississippi State 34. Whew. Y'all crazy. Y'all got some crazy scores, bro. A&M gets beat. Miami 34, A&M 21. I disagree with that. I think A&M is going to beat Miami. Auburn wins in OT at Jordan Hire. I do think Auburn will beat Penn State. I think Auburn will beat Penn State. I reserve the right to change my mind before kickoff. But I think just the value of playing at Jordan Hare, I think that building is going to be electric. And look, we've seen this with TJ Finley before where he can rise up on a big stage. So I'd be interested. Auburn's got good offensive line and some really good running backs. So see how that goes. Interested in that game. But I do think A&M is going. This is a huge bounce back spot for A&M. I think they'll beat Miami. If you remember in 17, look, LSU got blown out by Mississippi State and then lost at home to Troy. The week after they lost to Troy, remember what happened? They went on the road to Gainesville and beat Florida 17-16. 2000, LSU lost at home to UAB. A week later, they upset Tennessee in overtime, ranked Tennessee in overtime. Huge bounce back spot. A&M was embarrassed last week. Big opponent coming in, huge bounce back spot. Miami's not been very good anyway. I think A&M beats Miami. I think Max Johnson's going to start too. A&M beats Miami. Shelby, I need a Scone Cold lock of the week, trying to rebound from the first few weeks. Shelby, hey man, last week was brutal for everybody. The house, Drew, baby, Drew. The house crushed everybody this past Saturday in college football. There were not many people who had a good day Saturday. Sunday I did really well, betting a lot of the home underdogs. Chicago, Minnesota, Houston, had Pittsburgh, although they weren't at home, but had Pittsburgh and a touchdown. So I'm not answering your question there, Shelby, but what I would recommend you do is two things. One is listen to Jimmy's show on Friday because he'll have a lot of sports bettors, like professional handicappers on the show, and see if there's a consensus pick and bet that. Or tonight you got Thursday Night Football tonight, so you may have the Chargers at the Chiefs. This may be a great opportunity. If there's a play on this game tonight, Chiefs are 4-point favorites. So, see. Trivia Carter, good morning, Jesse Brown. Always enjoy Cole Kublik on your show. Great information and insight. Was Russ Mitchell on yesterday? I missed the show. No, Russ was not. So Russ has been out of the country for a few weeks. I know timing not great with the start of college football season, but he was in Mexico and then now he's in Rome or somewhere in Italy. Drew, baby, hey. Drew watches elevator videos on the iPad a lot, like on YouTube. And so what he's doing is mimicking the sound of the elevator. Boom, going down. That's what he's doing. After Dad's show, we're gonna get dressed and we're gonna go see Dr. Up. And Mommy will be there too. And then after you see Dr. Up, we will go to the new St. Lillian. Okay. Hunter Broadhead, Wendell Norman, Reed Rule, Matt Vitello and the Vols coming to the box this upcoming season. Ready for baseball already? Yeah, the SEC released its baseball schedule yesterday, so that was cool. No back-to-back road series for the Tigers. They get some tough opponents, but all at home. So they're rolling, man. The recruiting is rolling. They had camp a couple of weeks ago, which I was told I was told by one scout that it was the best collection of talent he's ever seen at a camp. This is a veteran scout he's like, this is the best collection of talent I've ever seen at a camp. Jay Johnson ain't messing around, y'all. Brad David. T-Bob really knows more college football than he used to, but isn't that his job? It's true. He never really knew it whenever he was just doing OTB, but now that he's doing the show Snaps with Aaron Murray, it's like a full college football show. He's got to learn more about it. Jeremy Carter, please put Kansas State in place of it. I need that revenge. Yeah, they're not playing home and home with Kansas State. Ryan Pike, Jason H., Cliff Nelson. If Jimbo starts 2-4, does he keep his job? Oh, absolutely, Cliff. I mean, you got to remember, they even extended Jimbo. Let's see, Jimbo. If he's fired without cause prior to December 1st, he'd be due $45.6 million. Now, they could obviously afford it. Wait, hang on. No, I'm sorry. That was pre-extension. So with his latest extension, and this was in 2021. So remember, he had the great year in the COVID year where they went to the Orange Bowl. And then they gave him extension after that season. If he was fired last year, it would have been $95.6 million. So that's reduced by the $7.5 million he's making. So you'd be talking about $87 million would be his buyout if they fired him before December 1st this year. $87 million. So suffice to say, Jimbo ain't going nowhere. So they stuck. They ain't firing him and paying him $86 million. So no, Jimbo's not getting fired. Josh DeVilliers. Morning, Matt. Any more inside news on Alvin Kamara? I need to know if I should sit him. Yeah, Josh, not yet, man. So Alvin did practice yesterday, and he was limited, which is good news. Like, if he were out, if he did not practice yesterday, that would be really concerning. The fact that he was limited kind of tells you, and I don't know if you have to set your roster today or if you can wait till Sunday, but wait to see if he's going to play. But, I mean, the fact that he was limited was encouraging. Brian Wynn. Let's see, Hunter, do you know who's on the call for the LSU game this week? If you give me 2 seconds, I can tell you, because I have the game notes in my email. Let's see. Game notes. Here we go. Hang on. So I'm gonna open up the PDF right on my page. All right. It's Joe Tess, Greg McElroy, Katie George. Same crew that had the Florida State game. Right. Let's see. Smash that like button if you would. YouTube, please smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Facebook, like the page, share the post. Always brought to you by Brock, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. If you need an orthopedist, you go to Brock. They're awesome, man. They've treated me plenty of times over the years. Neck, Achilles, knee, lots of stuff over the years. So you need an orthopedist. They're the best. I mean, 2 LSU trusts. It's who you and I should trust. Kerry Hughes. I know you're going to think I'm crazy. I'm having a meeting soon with a Cubs executive to chat about the idea of LSU versus Michigan at Wrigley. You never know. Why are you having a meeting with the Cubs executive to talk about that? I mean, look, we've seen LSU play neutral sites, right? So I don't think that's crazy. We saw them play, sort of the home and home with New Orleans and Orlando and Houston and Lambeau. So I don't think it's crazy. Hi, but I would much rather play that at the big house if they're going to do it. Hi.
Daddy.
Okay.
Hi.
Matthew Garner, good morning. LSU Daily was excellent. Brian Kelly controlling what he can, putting a Band-Aid on what he can, but prepared and heavy for the future. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you. By the way, LSU Daily podcast is live if you want to check it out. Favorite podcast app, just search LSU Daily. Charlie Cavell, Tyler McGee, Kelly Gross, what's going on? Kenneth Kyle, Matt. So if sanctions are not announced and LSU basketball makes the tourney, do they accept? Absolutely. Oh, yeah, absolutely. But my guess is that they'll have sanctions announced before the tournament begins. Charlie, do you think LSU's 4-down linemen can get enough of a pass rush to disrupt Moose State? No, Charlie, because that's just not how Mississippi State's offense functions. They don't, more than anything, it's almost like, do you remember how, it's just weird to say, but Chavis was like brilliantly played Manziel. They just formed like a little cocoon around him and wouldn't let him scramble to get away. And then they played coverage. It was just, hey, keep him in the pocket, make him a pocket passer. And that's, that sounds kind of odd, but that's kind of what you want to do here. You want to try to disrupt passing lanes as best you can. But, let's see. Hey, bud. So, Arizona. So they sacked Rodgers twice. They had 6 TFLs and 4 passes defended, but no quarterback hurries. So
Hi, Daddy.
hi, Drew. So your only shot really is if you play coverage well enough to where you take away his first couple of reads, and then he's stuck holding the ball and you get home. And you're probably gonna see more 3-down linemen, I would think too, just by the way that they play. Former Bird punter Hardy Archer Trafford is the Moo U punter. Okay. It's good to know. Rode Ewell, Chiefs and Chargers tonight. Not even broadcast on national TV. Rode, dude, it's Thursday Night Football on Prime, man. Come on. It's 2022. Get Prime Video. Mark, LSU football going to win 8 games this year? I don't think so, Mark. I mean, maybe with the bowl game. I picked them 8-4 before the season, but I hadn't beaten Florida State, so I'll recalibrate to 7-5. So maybe they get to 8 if they win the bowl. I mean, unless there's dramatic improvement, they win a bunch of games. I'm not thinking they will. Jason Austin, I think A&M could be dangerous with Max Johnson starting quarterback. He's just a better player. He's more veteran player. He's just smart with football, makes good decisions. Of course, you say that, and everyone's going to say, remember the time last year when he threw the ball back to the line of scrimmage against UCLA? That's true, but that was also an outlier. Chris Andropon, good morning. Let's see. How serious is Winston's back injury? Don't know, but that would explain why he went into the tent on Sunday. But he went and finished the game, so I would think likely not serious. Dale Broussard, game coin question: when does the 2-year lockup period begin and end for the large holders? Yeah, so that started. The wallets of the top 30 holders are all blacklisted, meaning they cannot sell over a 2-year period. Now, it's all in the white paper. If you want to go read it, you get all the info. But basically, it's tiered. So of the 30, like the lower end of the 30 have a certain amount of their coins unlocked to them at certain points, and then it gradually stair steps. But the two founders, who are the two largest holders, Frankie and David, there's a full 2 years. They cannot touch any of their tokens. So it would be next summer. Next summer, I don't know the exact dates. Summer, early fall is when those would unlock. But Dale, I'm telling you, I wouldn't worry about that. I mean, there's so much focus on releasing the platform and building relationships with ambassador athletes and growing wallet holders and growing the whole thing, that there's no real interest in everyone, in watching the price pump and then everybody selling. That's just, there's no interest in it. It's building a long-term sustainable business, which is pretty exciting, man. Chase Pellegrin. Let's see, the Tennessee series is going to be super regional atmosphere, yeah. Stephen Dufour, Adebo, DNP again yesterday. Roby didn't look good last week. Worried about this one. Yeah, man, I'm with you, Stephen. They signed Trey Swilling earlier this week. I'm not here to tell you that Trey Swilling is going to play on Sunday and make an impact, but I think it's probably something for a look in practice that they wanted. But yeah, I mean, Bradley Roby didn't look good on the outside, but we've seen him play that role before, and I think he can. You could try Alontae Taylor out there, although I don't know that they will. But I think that you have a little lesser challenge this week, as odd as that sounds. I know it's Brady, but that Tampa offense didn't look great. And I think the key to this game is more your defensive line pressuring Brady to help the back end. Remember, we've talked about it so much. They've lost their 3 interior offensive linemen, and then their left tackle, Donovan Smith, was hurt against Dallas on Sunday night. And now you're talking about trying to block Davenport coming off that right edge and with a backup tackle. And I just think the Saints are going to be able to pressure Tom Brady. So they've had a lot of success against him. This is one of those matchups that you kind of like. Jared DeLucky, good morning. Kyle DeVille, Bill Schmidt. Thank you, man. I appreciate it much. Let's see, Charlie, how can Wrigley be used? Didn't they have a debacle a few years ago with Northwestern Wisconsin? Yeah, it was crazy, man. I don't know if they've reconfigured it, but I know you're talking about the safety concerns because the end zones went up to the wall, right? So I don't know. But if I'm not mistaken, though, Charlie, I think they've played bowl games there since. So you're right about that debacle, which happened, but maybe they've reconfigured to make it work. I don't know. Ryan Amanda Guidry, Craig Duga. When is ML's weekly coaching show so I can call and ask him his thoughts on the life cycle of a parasitic nematode? That would actually be funny, Craig. Please do that. Kyle, what's our odds against Mississippi State? State is currently a 2-point favorite, 2.5. So it opened LSU -3. LSU was a 3-point favorite, and then in overnight, it got bet 5 points the other way to Mississippi State. Let's see. Tim Benson, good morning from Disney World. Ryan Pike, so is Michael Thomas back, or was last week's fantasy value a one-off? So, Ryan, I don't know fantasy football again. I've never played fantasy football in my life. But I think it's it's one of those things that we're going to see all year where you on different given days you probably have different receivers featured. Like Jarvis had 100 yards receiving, but Mike Thomas had the 2 touchdowns late. So that's not a direct way of answering your question, but I told you before my opinion of what Mike Thomas's year is. I think it's going to look like his rookie year. 1,100 yards, 10 touchdowns, right about there. I think that's probably what you're looking for Thomas this year. Jason H. Spurge, what's going on? Whoops, where did I miss my spot? Larry Gardner, Bill Gallion, Rapping Matches. If LSU ever wants to fill up that stadium, they're going to have to lower the prices. Even in 2019, they were murdering everyone. It was never full. I mean, the reality is Rapid Batches, they're never going to fill it again. You're never going to put 102,000 people. I mean, your best shot. I mean, unless if it's Garth Brooks or like a 1 versus 2 Bama matchup. But that's always going to be a one-off. The home experience is too good. People aren't going to go sit up in the upper corner of an upper deck to watch ants on the field and full of traffic and prices and all that stuff. So, I mean, I've told you my idea before. I mean, I think LSU should chair back all of Tiger Stadium, which would take out the bleachers, chair back all of Tiger Stadium. So that would reduce capacity, but you'd give everyone a more comfortable seat. And I think they should remove the East Upper. Now I'm told that won't happen because it would cost more to demo it than to keep it. But I think they should remove the East Upper and make that a party deck, like a party deck that has like restaurant, bar, bar top tables, TV, so you could like watch the game, sort of like on an observation deck, hang out, whatever, just make it a social thing up there. I mean, that's what I think they should do. And I did actually share that opinion, but that's whenever I was told it would cost more to demo the East Upper. But anyway, but they're never going to fill it again. Rapping Batches. Brad David, last night you mentioned eating while talking is a pet peeve. I remember a few years ago, a caller called while eating and you blew a gasket. Oh, that poor guy. It was so funny. Yeah, that's just a me thing. Like, it's just a pet peeve. Like when someone talks while chewing their food, like chew, swallow, speak. It ain't hard. Matt Lusto, does Restored Motions make house calls in Houston or have a Houston location? Matt, if you called Crystal and it was worth her while to go to Houston, she'd do it, I'm sure. Shout out Crystal Push at Restored Motions, by the way. You got pain. She'll help you. RestoredMotions.com. Thank you, Ryan. Appreciate it. Good vibes for Drew. Thank y'all very much. Appreciate it. Mark Allen, morning LSU 2320. I think that's maybe doable. Bobby Lucknow, Damon Gilmore, Chance Babin, Walter Imahara, Louisiana Hall of Fame inductee, has an amazing story. First Asian to ever attend USL. First national champion ever. His family was also put in internment camp in California during World War II. Wow, it's crazy. Yeah, Hall of Fame class, Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame class was announced yesterday. Paul Bird was on AFR yesterday. He's part of that class. Paul Maneri, part of the class. Former Tiger Wendell Davis. Eli Manning, actually. Eli Manning today on AFR at 3:30. Eli Manning's part of the class also. So let me know if you got anything you want me to ask Eli. Kyle Milliken, Matt, do you think Jarvis will have another good week this week? Also, do you think Olave will break out and have a big rookie year? I mean, I think all of them, Kyle, over the course of the season are going to eat. But like I said, I think it may vary week to week. Hang on one second. Talk amongst yourselves. Here, picked up my feet. Picked up my feet since y'all made fun of me last time for letting my slippers drag. All right. Yeah, going a little bit longer today because Drew's got his doctor's appointment at 9:30. So I'll get to y'all's questions here and we'll wrap up. As always, shout out to Hutco, HutcoRoofing.com. As a reminder, if you had Ida damage or think you might have, you have 2 years to file a claim from the storm. So we just passed the 1 year mark of Ida. So if you put it off a year ago, you may still have damage up there. That's an issue that may not present till later, but you have time to file a claim. So click on the link that's pinned in the post, HutcoRoofing.com. Fill out the contact form. We'd love to come give you a free, no obligation roofing inspection. Hutco Roofing, HutcoRoofing.com. Jesse Brown, Matt, we're so excited that LSU Baseball is going to Columbia this season. We live about an hour away. So we have plans for March 25th. All right, Derek Bolden, I've watched Mississippi State. They didn't really do anything to scare me. And Will Rogers is a really good player. And they got a pretty veteran team. Derek, I mean, they're good. And they're good. Mike Leach's whole deal is timing and efficiency in that offense. So by year 3, and a guy who's played a bunch of football for them at quarterback now, that's a tough out, man. It's a tough out. Hudson Jeter is Scone and Tea once a week. Yes, Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Central Time, live at Oliver Twist. Let's see. Neil Christian, what is Mississippi State's biggest weakness? They got major kicker issues. I would say maybe they're secondary. So I think there's plays to be made in the passing game for LSU. I think that's going to be LSU's advantage in most games. Stuart Engers, good morning. Official Friday, good morning. Bill Gallion, my cat is a Himalayan. Ask me how he knows he's a Himalayan, because he's been laying on my couch. Got it. Randall Offred, morning, Matt. I would love to see LSU play USC in a bowl game this season. Hey, man, they're going to play in Vegas in 2 years. Matt Lusto, Brady isn't quite the run threat Mariota was, and hopefully the D-line gets a little more pressure than the Falcons. Hey, man, look, Matt, we talked about that before the Atlanta game. That's one thing that the Saints have struggled with in recent years. I think about Jalen Hurts. The Saints have struggled to contain mobile quarterbacks. But this type of matchup, there's a reason they've had so much success against Brady, because Brady don't run. He's a sitting duck. So the way you affect Tom Brady is you get in his face, you disrupt passing lanes, you pressure him, you move him off his spot. And the Saints have had a lot of success doing that under Dennis Allen. So I'm going to believe they do it again until they can't. Jonathan Martin, BB12, you need to escort T-Bob this weekend. Elite Goods, what's up? Let's see, I definitely agree about chair back in the stadium. Had to sit in bleachers on Friday night for my son's game and Saturday night for LSU. By Sunday, my back was done. Rapping batches, I'm telling you, I think they should do that at the box as well. They should make the whole thing chair back. I mean, all the new stadiums don't do it. Like, I wouldn't want to go sit down one of the baselines or in the outfield on a bleacher seat. You want to get people to come to the game. You got to because everything is so easy and accessible at home now. But if you want people to come out to the game, man, you got to make the game an experience. They're not just going to come to watch football or baseball. The whole thing has to be an event, an experience. That's just the nature of it now. I mean, so what South Carolina did with their light show, it may sound quirky and corny to some, but man, like, that's a cool thing. It's a reason to go. It's something novel to see, Elite Goods said, love y'all too, Elite Goods. Bill Gallion, ask Ellie what brand of barbecue sauce he uses, or if he makes his own, get the recipe. Ellie? Okay, Eli Manning, got it. I was like, what are you talking about? All right, any more? Charlie, did you see any of the the State Arizona game? I did. I watched the whole thing. Surprised LSU was plus 2.5. I mean, but they won the game with like 3 touchdowns. I think State's a solid team that does what they do very well. They beat LSU 2 years ago. Thanks, Bo Pelini. And last year was a close game in Starkville. So I think Brian Kelly and Matt House have a plan and hope that LSU can execute it. I want to see a lot of Micah Baskerville in this game, and I like moving Jay Ward to nickel and Greg Brooks back to safety. I think if that's where those guys are more comfortable and you feel like you're going to be able to tackle well with that lineup, then go with it. But I got to see Baskerville on the field. If Baskerville's not on the field, I have serious concerns about what this evaluation is for this defense. Because if ever there was a game for Micah Baskerville, it's this one. An athletic linebacker that can be physical at the point of attack and turn and run and cover. I mean, that's Baskerville. Like, he's got to be on the field in this game. Craig Duga opened the 4-gate, Port Perry. Okay. Did a battle with Midwinter Night's Tram. After letting the 4-gate sit for 10 to 15 minutes, it was superior. Okay. Price-wise at MSRP, not worth the coin, but way more going on pallet-wise with 4-gate. Okay. Vernell Thomas, what's going on? What are you thinking about how this game will play out? I mean, I do think LSU will win at home. I still think that that's a massive advantage playing in Tiger Stadium in a conference game, and I do like I do like LSU's offense and their receivers, which I think are a mismatch. And my hope is that fourth quarter against Florida State, they found something with their tempo and their rhythm. And I think that carried into the Southern game with how they got Keyshawn Boutte involved. And I think offensively LSU's going to be able to move the ball and score. And I like the analogy Brian Kelly's given a bunch about the comparables to playing a triple option team like he did at Navy every year. So when he was at Notre Dame, they played Navy every year. So it's you're preparing in a short week for a team that does something unique or different. Charlie, love to see Wendell Davis in the Hall of Fame. Yep, one of my favorite LSU Tigers of all time. Hey, look, those are some of my earliest memories, Charlie, was watching those teams in the late 80s and then the early 90s. So Wendell Davis, Tony Moss, of course, Tommy Hodson throwing to those guys, to Todd Kinshin. I mean, those teams weren't very good. Now, Wendell played on good teams earlier, but that was sort of the trend. Like I don't remember 87. You know what I mean? My earliest memory was, I think was of the 88 season. And I don't remember specific things about games. Like I remember being in Tiger Stadium in the rain for the Miami game. But what I remember is the rain, right? As a kid being there in the downpour. You get to go a few more years before I remember like actual plays and sequences of games, but LSU was just not very good. I mean, they were terrible in 6 straight losing seasons. But yeah, Wendell throughout his career, he still has a lot of records that stand. It's incredible. All right. Oh, Vernell Thomas, Saints Bucks. Sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna pick the Saints, Vernell. I mean, they've beaten the Bucks 4 straight in the regular season. There's no reason not to pick the Saints. They've owned this matchup. So it's like a better. When you have a streak, you keep betting that streak until you lose because you're going to keep winning, and as many times as you win, you're only going to lose once. So I'm going to keep betting it unless there's an obvious reason not to. Richard Tilley Sr., thank you, sir. Appreciate that. I don't care if Jaden Daniels is a run-first quarterback as long as he picks up first downs. He's not a run-first quarterback. He's playing behind a terrible offensive line. But I know your point. I know what you're saying. Just saw T-Bob's going to be back in Death Valley. Yeah, they got some of those 2011 guys back to be guest captains, which is pretty cool. Jonathan O'Neill, good morning from the elliptical. All right, man, get it in. Richie Bird, yesterday's AFR was flagged for YouTube. Copyright, tell Musso to stick to the script. There's no way people can continue to defend Nuss after this weekend, right? Some are, incredibly. Some are, and they're saying, well, it was Southern. Like, exactly. Craig, I know you don't miss it, but I miss pregame with you and tons of fun was the highlight of Saturdays. Yeah, I don't miss it at all, Craig. It was such long days. I'm very happy to have my weekends to me and to my family. All right, just about done. Clint, how do we avoid Florida on next year's baseball schedule? I don't know. Woodlawn has this alumnus disappointed so far this year, hoping Ricky picks it up alongside the D soon. Be fair, Navy doesn't have athletes like Mississippi State. Mississippi State doesn't have elite athletes either, be fair. That's the difference that I think you miss offensively. Like, there isn't a high draft pick in that receiver group. Like, athletically, LSU's defensive secondary is going to be superior to State's receivers. It's just a timing thing. Chance Babin, LSU 10-1-1 and 87. Yeah, great team. Great team. Won the Gator Bowl that year, beat South Carolina. Big trucks. B for big truck. Good job. Do you think Murray will play Sunday? I hope not. At 504. Feels like that was an insurance policy while he's on the practice squad. You get him in practice this week, and if Kamara can't go, then you activate him, but I hope not. Chance, will you ask Eli about art? Sure. Yeah, I'd be happy to do that. Troy Davis, good morning. All right, I think we're just about done, y'all. Get this morning going. Like I mentioned, if you're just joining us here, taking Drew to the doctor in a little bit. Going to go see the surgeon, pediatric surgeon. Look at this feeding tube. It's getting kind of gnarly, so see what we can do about it. Anyway, all right, y'all have an awesome day. As always, shout out to Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. They're tagged on Facebook, brortho.com. They're the best. You need an orthopedic, go to Brock. And of course, Hudco Roofing, hudcoroofing.com. Drew, do you want to sing the Hudco Roofing song?
Oh, God.
Here we go. Ready? Whoop, hang on. You ready?
Hudco Roofing.
When you need a roof, call someone you know. My Scone and Terrio.
All you need is Hudco.
Drew.
Call Hudco Roofing.
364.
1007.
No?
Yeah.
Okay. Thought I'd get him to sing it. All right, y'all have an awesome day. Thank you so much for watching. YouTube, smash that like button. Like the page if you haven't, or subscribe up to the page if you haven't done so yet. Facebook, please like the Matt Moscone page. Share the post. Oh, if y'all missed it, by the way, the great Will Stout, who, of course, did the 2019 hype videos, Guarantee hired him. He shot the game on Saturday for us and dropped a recap video. So it's all on the 104.5 ESPN social. So Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Go check the 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge social media, and you'll see the video that Will Stout dropped. Do us a favor, retweet that, share it out. Let's get that thing going viral. We appreciate it. All right, y'all have an awesome day. LSU Daily is already live, and then AFR3. Peace.